Retailer Land's End has decided to end their business relationship with Gloria Steinem after a number of their conservative supporters decided that they were no longer going to support the company if they continued the business relationship with her. Now, Gloria Steinem apparently did an interview that was featured in a new catalog for Land's End. The interview had nothing to do with abortion. However, anti-choice activists felt that it was ridiculous that Gloria Steinem was featured in any way, shape, or form. So as a result, Land's End decided, you know what, we're going to cut this business relationship. Now, they said that they greatly respect and appreciate the passion people have for their brand. It was never our intention to raise a divisive political or religious issue. So when some of our customers saw a recent promotion that way, we heard them. We sincerely apologize for any offense. The company also discontinued a campaign that enabled customers to donate to the Fund for Women's Equality, of which Steinem is a board member. As part of the campaign, consumers would order items embroidered with the logo of the ERA Coalition, a group dedicated to passing an equal rights amendment to the Constitution that would prohibit discrimination based on sex. How dare they? Land's End planned to donate $3 to the fund for every logo ordered. Again, this promotion had nothing to do with abortion whatsoever, but just because conservatives don't like Gloria Steinem, they decided to go after Land's End, and they ultimately caved to the pressure.
So Gloria Steinem, I don't agree with everything she says, recently made comments that I've viewed to be obnoxious in favor of Hillary Clinton and against Bernie Sanders. But we acknowledge that even in the midst of criticizing her, there is a bit of a legendary figure in women's rights movement and in getting women a lot more rights in this country. So that's why conservatives despise her. They say she's a controversial figure because she was at least partly successful in getting women's rights. Oh, they hate that, right?
You know who else was controversial? MLK.
Exactly where I was going, Jimmy, right? If they were around back then, and it's a funny idea to have Land's End do a promotion with Martin Luther King. The idea that Martin Luther King, like, okay, what sponsors can we get here? But if they were to do that, yes, these same exact people would definitely protest and say, no, Martin Luther King's a radical, and he's against the Vietnam War. He's constantly pointing out the income inequality, which is actually a huge part of what Martin Luther King did.
Yes.
And talking about how rich people are wrong, the right-wingers are wrong, and fighting for equality for black people. What does he want, an equal rights amendment for blacks? Right? Now, this is amazing because this is actually for 50% of our population. Like, women would like to have equal rights. Ugh, women? Right? So, no, we got to get rid of that person. But this is stupid intimidation. I can't believe I guess I can believe it, but it's so dumb of them to give into it because these guys, there's 3 freaking guys who do this. It's a phantom.
No, you're wrong, actually. Look, I disagree with their decision to do it, but I understand why they did it. So I was unaware that their business provides school uniforms to a lot of private schools, a lot of private religious schools. And so 2 of these religious schools that are actually pretty large, the College of the Ozarks and Father Tolton Religious or Regional Catholic High School, both decided that they would stop buying uniforms from Land's End as a result of this partnership. And so it's a business decision. Look, if it made sense for their business to stick with Gloria Steinem and stick with their principles of promoting equal rights, well, then they would have done it, right? But at the end of the day, their bottom line is more important than any principle that they have.
Well, they are a corporation. So, no, that's a great point, Anna, and something you never hear on television. I was wrong. You were right. Now, normally when they threaten protests like the Beyonce protest, literally no one showed up to it. Okay, in New York, we're going to protest Beyonce, the disrespectful thing she did at the Super Bowl. And there was a debate later whether 3 people showed up or 0 people showed up, right? They did the protest of Disneyland, never went anywhere. Protest of Jaguar, never went anywhere, right? But in this case, you're right, they have economic power. Because even if it's just 3 people, if they're purchasing all those uniforms, well, that's going to make a difference to their bottom line. And as we know, corporations are amoral machines. That's not to speak ill of them. They're not immoral. They don't have any morals. Their only programming is make every single cent you can. So if in this case they have to throw a civil rights leader under the bus to make an extra couple of dollars, well, of course they're going to. It's an amoral machine. It's designed to do that. It's like getting mad at a computer program. Ah, I can't believe you did the thing I designed you to do.
But there's also a lot of liberals, and I'm sure a lot of females who buy stuff from Land's End. Why wouldn't this backfire on them? Why wouldn't the liberals now get upset? And why wouldn't they start protesting and saying, because I'm not going to buy from Land's End now because of this?
Well,
and I have bought from Land's End.
Oh, you have? That's interesting.
Okay, two reasons why. Number one, most liberals got better stuff to do.
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
So they're not going to bother protesting or whatever, right? I'm just keeping it real. You're more strident than the rest, which I think is to your credit, right? I'm still not eating at Chick-fil-A. I think I'm the last one.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh, okay, me and you. Okay, that's why we're going to be the Uygur Dore ticket in 2020.
That's right.
Okay.
And I'll go to Papa John's.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, just on their association with Peyton Manning alone, I go to Papa John's. Plus, they have the world's worst pizza.
They have bad pizza.
They do. Their garlic thing is
garlic thing is delicious.
It's pretty good,
okay.
right? It's also like made from the most toxic stuff on earth.
I know.
But it's good. Yeah. But their pizza itself is miserable.
Ugh.
Okay. Anyways, the second reason why they're not going to do the counter protests is they don't buy in bulk. So these Catholic schools are buying in bulk, so it makes bigger difference. So if there were a couple of, Howard Schultz at Starbucks was like, okay, now we're not buying Land's End for the baristas' aprons. They'd be like, okay, no, we made Gloria Steinem's back. Of course she's back, right? So that's how that works.
Yeah. What's also really interesting is how some people are unable to understand that every individual out there is a mixed bag, right? So let's say you are a conservative woman who is against abortion. I hear you. You're against abortion. I think you're against it for the wrong reasons. I think you've bought into the propaganda where men want to control you, but whatever. But Gloria Steinem is fighting for your rights and your equality, but they don't understand that and they don't care about that. As long as someone's attacking zygotes, well then we think you're a terrible person. We don't even want to buy anything from a business that has any type of partnership from you. People are just so simple.
You know what else is funny? Yes.
Basic.
Yes.
Basic.
What else is funny is, I hope I don't mess this up, but I remember like when Paula Deen happened and she got fired from her TV show, and conservatives would say, hey, why don't you let the free market sort it out? You know, if the people don't like her, they don't like her.
Isn't that the free market, though?
Well, that is the free market. That's what I would have to make that point. No, that is the free market because they're a private company. They think it's going to hurt their bottom line, and they're free market, so that's why they're doing it. And that's
amazing.